Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about multiple object detection on a video. On the background you can see I have purchased couple of beautiful stock videos long back, and now I have applied this TensorFlow object detection API on top of them, and here are the results. So guys, this tutorial is about how to implement the object detection API. In the previous video, we have discussed about how to install the latest version of TensorFlow and TensorFlow object detection API within your system. So here is a brief recap what we did last time. We downloaded TensorFlow master repo, then we copied the object detection notebook to the research folder, and we installed multiple libraries like TensorFlow latest version, Coco dataset. All these basic libraries we installed in our previous lecture. If you have not gone through to that video, you can just click on the I button. I have also given the link in the description. In this video, we are going to apply that object detection API which we installed within our system in our previous video. As you know that we have created this test folder and we have this research folder inside that. Now we have this object detection tutorial what we copied and pasted within this folder in our last lecture. So now I'm going to again open the Jupyter notebook within this folder. So let's go to Anaconda, and here I'm going to write cd and the address of this folder. Now I'm going to start Jupyter notebook, and here we are on our Jupyter notebook. So we are going to open this object detection tutorial notebook what we left in our last lecture. So here is our notebook. We have already installed all the basic requirement like TensorFlow latest version, TF-Slim, PyCoco tools, and these Pathlib libraries. So I'm going to skip all these shells and going to import the basic libraries like NumPy and Pandas. I'm going to run all these cells because these are required for loading the object detection model. Let's run all of them. And here we are going to load SST MobileNet neural network for object detection, which is trained on Coco dataset. All these steps we have already done in our previous lecture, just going to run. So here comes our final implementation part. So guys, if you remember, we were running this image path in test image paths, and it was detecting some dogs image and the kite image from the dataset. Now instead of these images, we are going to use our own videos. So for doing that, we will need CV2, and we have to do some basic changes within this code. So let's import CV2 over here. I'm going to comment this out. Now we need to also do some basic changes to our code. So in this show inference function, we were displaying the image at the final, and these displayed images are the images with these bounding boxes. Instead of this display command, we need to return this image. So what we can do, this wisutil, which is putting up these bounding boxes on top of our image, I'm going to save this within a variable named as final image. And now this function is going to return this final image at the last instead of displaying those images. So I'm going to put up a return command over here. So return will be your final image. So this function will return now the image with the bounding box. All we need to give this function is the raw image, and it is going to return me the image with the bounding box. So for applying this function on a video, I have to read the video frame by frame. For reading these videos frame by frame, you can utilize CV2 video capture. So I'm going to write cap is equal to CV2, and inside this video capture you need to provide the path to that video. For doing that, I will copy all my videos to the research folder and I'll create a folder over there. So let's create that. So right now I am in my research folder, and I'm going to create one folder over here named as my videos or videos, and inside this videos folder I'm going to copy all my video files. So I'm pasting up all my video files over here. I have three videos over here. The first one is cycle object detection. You can see how this video looks like. This is a stunt video where a person is taking up a cycle jump. And I have this dancing people videos also. So let me rename this. It is making up as in copy. And I'm going to remove the spaces so that I will have proper path for this one. And I have this third video of dog object detection where a dog is jumping up and there is a person over there. So these all videos I'm going to apply object detection on top of them and see if I will be able to detect the basic object within this videos, and let's see how this works. So first of all, I'm going to apply this dancing people file. So I'm going to copy as path, and inside this video capture I'm going to give this path. So I do not want to take the absolute path, so I will take path only after the videos. Then since I have to take this, I can put up R over here because I do not want to change these backslashes. And this is working on Windows. If you are working on some other OS, you can change this to backslash. As we are reading up the video, we need to apply a while loop to iterate to the frames. So I can write while 1. 1 means whenever this is true and whenever it is finding up the true condition. img, because this cap.read returns me two outputs. So I only want the image frame out of it. So I will just write this one. As we know that CV2 reads image in BGR format, and these object detection models are trained with RGB images. So we need to convert these images from BGR to RGB. So I'm going to write image is equal to CV2 convert color, and inside that we have to give the image for which we want to change the color and dot color underscore BGR to RGB. And this is going to convert your image from BGR format to RGB. You need to apply this function, this show inference function, on top of this image because this is a one frame of that video. So I'm going to apply this on top of this image. So I can write show inference, and inside that we have this model. So we are applying detection model. So the name of the model is detection model. So we need to give this detection model over here. and instead of this image path, I need to give this image. Now if we go back to our function, actually it is reading up this image path image over here. We do not want this to happen, so I will just remove this one. So this image np is the image which it has read from the given path. So instead of this image path, I am going to give image np. Okay, because we are directly throwing up the image. CV2 is taking care of reading the image, so no need to do that. Just run this. Now we are over here. So this show inference is going to return a image in RGB format with the bounding box. So if you want to show it back on our frame, we need to convert it back to BGR format, because we will be utilizing CV2 to show our image. So I have to convert it back to BGR. So we can just change RGB to BGR over here. This show inference is going to return me the image with bounding box. So I have to save it somewhere. So I'm going to write final img is equal to this, and this final img we are going to convert it back over here and here. That's all guys. Now we only need to show this image. So I can write cv2.imshow, and here we need to give the frame name, and here I am going to write the final image. Now you want to break this loop once you press any key on your keyboard, otherwise it will be an infinite loop. So I'm going to put up a breaking statement over here. You can write cv2.waitKey comma 0 equals to, you want to quit it, so you can write ord, and here you can write q. So this ord q is going to convert, whenever you will press the q key, it will convert it back to the ASCII value of q, and when it is matches with the wait key, it is going to break this loop. The last, we need to destroy all the windows, and we need to also release this capture statement. So you can write cap.release, and in the last you can write cv2.destroy all windows. This is all guys. Now you just have to run this, and this will be able to generate the frames. Okay, we did some small mistake typos. I can write this cv2 over here. Nice. So guys, here is a small correction. Instead of this wait key 0, you need to give wait key 1. Otherwise, it will keep hold on the same window. Now let's run this. And here you can see your video is coming up. This will be little slow because of the processor we are using, and you can see that it is detecting the person pretty well. So guys, one more thing, this may be pretty slow while you are running up on your window. It's because you are running it on CPU, and CPU, these inferences may take higher time compared to if you are running it on GPU, because this takes up huge processing power. You are at the same time you are reading up the video, and also at the same time you are detecting up the object. But if you are having a good CPU like i7 or i9, you will be able to run these videos very smoothly. So in this way, you can detect multiple objects on top of your videos with help of CV2 and TensorFlow Object Detection API. If you have liked the video, don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icon. I'll be meeting with you in my next lecture, where we are going to talk about custom object detection. Stay tuned by subscribing the channel and pressing the bell icon, and you will be notified with all my upcoming videos. Till then, bye bye and take care.